Hello chess lovers, Sunil here, and in today's video we'll share with you a brutal attacking game played by Jamaican-American chess player Maurice Ashley. His opponent is Sri Lankan-born American chess player Sunil Weeramantry, who is well known for being the trainer of his stepson Hikaru Nakamura. This game is from 1991 New York Open, and Ashley opened up with e4. Weeramantry's answer was d6. He goes for modern defense. In modern defense, as you know, black is delaying the development of the kingside knight, and that's something which can be met with c3, strengthening the center further and restricting the movement of the fianchetted bishop. But white didn't use his chance and went for this standard setup with f3, e4, d4 pawn structure, and the queen on d2, the bishop on e3, ready to trade off the dark squared bishops if possible, and castle queenside. Then usually white is throwing all his anger at opponent's kingside. h4 was immediately met with h5, stopping the pawn's further advance, and meanwhile white's kingside knight is occupying this hole. All in all, we have an equal battle, nothing special. Bishop f4, hitting on b8, rook b7, e5, knight h6, black is transferring his knight on f5 square. It was immediately captured, and then we have knight e3. Knight c4, black is attacking white queen, and it was in here that Maurice Ashley made a very interesting decision, and he played knight takes f5. He's going for a queen sacrifice, which was accepted, but accepting it turns out to be a disaster for black. Better was recapturing on f5. If queen c1, then e6. But in our game we have knight takes d2, and now we will see what's the problem with it. The bishop on g7 also drops king d7. Well, if king f8, then check, and then knight takes e6, and after this forced line, in the end of the day, white is just getting an extra piece. White has an extra bishop, that's why king d7 was made in the game. Now, if, for example, king takes d2, then black can play e6, and this knight is getting trapped. That's why after king d7, we have e6 check, king c8. In case of f takes e6, white can just recapture. King c8 was met with e takes f7, and now white is getting a powerful passed pawn on the 7th rank, which at any moment is ready to get promoted, you know. Right now this knight is hanging, then for example white can play knight e6 and go for f8. Knight c4. By the way, e takes f7 is again a very strong move. There is no need to hurry with king takes d2 because of this f6 and then rook h7, for example. That's why we have this monstrous e takes f7 move, allowing black to save his knight, and then came knight e6. Queen a5 check, king f2, queen b4. Black is trying to create some counterplay on the queen side, but white is just doing great. Even if you win some pawns, it won't give you much. c3, so another strong move by Ashley. He's sacrificing a pawn in order to open up the c file, and at the same time, yeah, he's strengthening the pawn on d4 in case you move the queen. Already white can go, for example, for a pawn promotion. Black accepted that pawn sacrifice, and we have rook hc1. By the way, in case you are wondering why not f8 queen straight away, yeah, in here instead of c3, then rook takes f8. Of course, this is also good, but yeah, you can see that in this case you are going to win this central pawn on d4, thus giving black a slight edge. That's why we first have c3, and now, yeah, in case of queen a5, already as mentioned, you can go for a pawn promotion. You won't lose the d pawn. Queen takes c3 was made with rook c1, queen b2 check, king f1, rook b6, rook a b1, takes, rook a1, queen takes b3, and we have an intrusion. Rook b7, neutralizing the rook, otherwise check, and then rook takes e7 is coming, or rook takes e7 straight away. Although first putting black king on this diagonal, first announcing a check and then winning the pawn is better. So black neutralized the rook, but after an exchange on b7, black lost the pawn on c6. And here you can't play king takes b7 because of this fork. That's why we have knight takes b7, and after rook takes c6, black resigned, because after king d7 with his next move, white is announcing a checkmate, and that's how white won the game. There was a nice queen sacrifice by Ashley, of course, and then a monstrous piece play, a very nicely organized and neat game by him, which I'm sure you enjoyed a lot. In the end, a chess puzzle for you where the task is to win with the white pieces. As usual, we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in my next video. Take care.